Greetings, greetings, hello, hello out there in internet land. This is John Banks Jr. with a short video message. I'm just so grateful and thankful to be able to come before you again and tell you about what an awesome time we're having on the Prayer Warrior Call. I'll try to remember to put that number information right there for you so that should you so desire and you be up at 6 o'clock in the morning, some people say it's early. Well, it's really not that early. But if you're up and you're interested, I offer the invitation to you to join us. Listen in, share, speak with us, talk. Tell us about what God has done for you. And you can learn a lot. At least I'm learning a lot. I'm so thankful and so grateful for this opportunity that God has presented to me to be able to learn more about God. And that's what the ministers and the pastors and the teachers and missionaries and those that are on the prayer warrior call do. They teach us about the Word of God. They expound on the Word of God and make it so that we can all understand and know what it is that God is expecting of us and what it means to walk in the light. So join us. But Tabatha Ricketts expounded on that word again today. As I mentioned yesterday, we are learning about the different names that God has. And I kind of knew in a sense that there were other names that God had because I had called him other names, but I did not know that there were names that were actually recorded to represent God. When I heard people saying things like El Shaddai or calling on Jehovah, I knew that Jehovah was God, but saying other terms that mean God, sometimes I thought they were actually speaking in tongue because I didn't really understand what they were saying. So I'm so thankful to be able to learn that there are so many different words and the purpose of each one of the names so that we can use them to call upon God for a specific reason. Just as God had angels to do specific things, God has names for specific reasons that we can call upon him for. And we're really learning this, and it's really great. I advise you or I suggest to you, I welcome you to join us on the Prayer Warrior Call so that you can learn along with us, unless you already know these things. Me, I don't know everything. I did not know that there was Elyon and Elohim, El Shaddai, and Jehovah. So we learned 4 different names that God can be called and the reasons why he can be called those names. So it's something that I can use in the future. And I'm already incorporating it in my prayer so that when I'm asking God for something specific, I use one of the specific names to call upon him for. So it's a learning experience. It's a growing experience. And I'm truly thinking that everyone can use this. I mentioned before, that this is an opportunity for everyone to learn and grow in the Word of God and in the wisdom of God, because everyone doesn't know about God. Some people knew about God and they left God. Well, now you can return and learn more about God, because that's what I did. I left, but I returned, and I'm learning more about God. So yours is no disgrace. If you want to return, God's waiting with open arms, and I welcome you to the Prayer Warrior Call. I'll put the number here again if I think to do it, Lord willing. And you can join us at 6 o'clock in the morning as we continue to learn. And then Pastor Shepherdson, he came on, and just before he gave his prayer, the ending prayer, he began to share with us the idea that the thought that the Spirit of God had given to him about how when a wife calls a husband, she might call him a sweetheart, she might call him honey pie, she might call him a darling, and the same goes for men too. But when when the wife would use those names to call the husband knew what the wife wanted. But then when the wife would say Fred, he also knew what that meant. It did not mean the same things as honey pie and sweetie, etc. He you understand, just like a child understands when you call Jimmy. Jimmy knows that you want him to do something, but when you say Jimmy or you call him James, he knows that, oh, I'm in trouble now. Like if my mother called me Johnny, I knew she wanted me for something. If she could say Johnny, I knew she was could be a little upset about something. And if she say John Gilbert Banks Jr., well, that meant something different. So as well as we have different names that people use when they refer to us and when they call upon us and when they want something, when we call upon God, God has different names. And the different names have different meanings and different reasons for each calling. And God knows them all. And so we're learning them all so that we know how to call upon God. Be blessed. Peace.